Yo, what up, guys? This is PBnJ, and we got the whole crew here today. Brian's back from his mysterious locations, and we got Jesse and Patrick. We're going to talk about the season finale of Game of Thrones and also Defenders. We're a little late on Defenders, but we're going to be talking about the whole season of that as well. So, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? So, yeah, I'm kind of caught up to listening to what you guys put out the last couple of weeks. Yeah, and while I was away, I ate a lot of ramen and other Japanese food. So, but it was fun. Pretty hot, but it was fun. But as soon as I got back on Friday, I immediately caught up on Game of Thrones. I was like 2 episodes behind and watched all of Defenders over the weekend. So I did all my homework, and now I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah, ah, Brian's not going to be ready, and you're like, no, I've watched everything. I was like, you only been back like 2 days.
How does he do it?
Yeah, not being able to go to sleep because of the time difference, that makes a difference. That helps.
Are you all jacked up still?
I'm okay. I'm just a little bit tired now, but over the weekend I was like sleeping too much one day and then not sleeping at all the next. So it's all messed up right now.
Brian, tell us the truth. Do we know that you went to Japan? You picked up some new technology where you went ahead and, like, through VR, you got caught up on all your streaming.
No, I didn't have time to stream anything, but yeah, just saw some technology stuff, but didn't really get anything. And you gave away my location, dude. Location.
Actually, you did when you said you were eating a Japanese food.
I could have been in like Little Tokyo or something. You don't know.
Eating ramen.
Yeah, so since Game of Thrones came on yesterday, I think we'll get started with that one first. What do you guys think? What do you guys think overall of the episode, the whole episode? I know there was something really huge at the end that was awesome, but like, what do you guys think of like the big meeting with Cersei and everyone getting together? Patrick, we'll start with you first.
I loved the interaction between all the main characters. Cersei was there in all of her glory, pretty much, staying true to who she is as a character. I loved the Mountain and his brother, the interaction there. Just every aspect that you could see that each of the characters, regardless if they had disdain for each other, they respected each other, and you could actually see it. The way they portrayed it, it was pretty amazing to me. Yeah, I loved the scene where Cersei is never afraid of anything. She always holds her cool. And then when the walker ran towards her, he saw actually fear in her eyes, and it dissipated really quick. But even the dragon, she had no emotion when seeing the dragon even.
Yeah, I noticed that when the dragon landed, she was like, whatever. I think what was cool is that the walker, or the white, went right at her, right? Instead of going anywhere else, it went right to her. And you see her just back up all scared and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, no, it was a great scene.
Yeah, I checked the time. So after that scene, or pretty much that whole interactions, including the time after Tyrion meets with Cersei, like privately in her room, like that whole thing took up half the episode. It was like 45 minutes long.
The dragon pit took the whole half the episode.
Pretty much, yeah. Maybe it didn't feel like it, but I looked at the time because I had to stop watching it and go somewhere. So that was like almost exactly halfway through the episode. So yeah, it was like a really slow setup, right? You see people walking in slowly, and they have their little dialogue between each other, and then like once they started talking, I think it was like pretty tense. But yeah, it was really cool, right? Like you see Jaime like with Brienne talking, and then Hound and Mountain, and all those interactions that they've built up over like the past 7 seasons coming together. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, some of those characters hadn't interacted since season 1, right? Like the Hound and his brother. I don't think they've been in the same area since season 1. When Brienne and the Hound, that was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool just to see them all. He said like Patrick said, they all just walk up to each other and they're just like, "What's up?" Like no one tried to start anything, but it was just like it was cool to see everyone get together. And when Brienne was telling the Hound about Arya, you kind of see the Hound kind of smile. Like she was like, Arya's alive. She's at Winterfell. And he kind of smiled like, cool. That was cool. So now you can tell that he really cared for her and stuff. So and then like Bronn, what's up?
What about Theon and Huron? Same thing, right? Everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
Some type of action between all of the characters.
Yeah, there was like major shade being thrown, huh? There's like side eyes the whole way.
Yeah.
I know this is probably a lot of that is lost on Jesse since he didn't he hasn't watched the whole series, but you can see it on Jesse. Everyone's just like just kind of looking at each other, like mean mugging the whole time, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with like you said, this is my first season, and I've only really seen like half the episodes this season too. But like you said, I don't know all the characters' names, but like you saw, and I think Patrick said it, there's kind of respect for each other, even though there's feuds. And you can tell who's feuding with you, and maybe there's like allegiances that have been transferred over, but there's still some kind of respect and some knowledge of each other. Obviously, going to Cersei's area, they know that they're in danger, but they also know, well, fuck, we have another mortal enemy that's worse than Cersei, and we need to group up. So I think that the fact that they've had to band together and make this, I mean, obviously everyone knows the importance of this, and it's crazy because you would think that Cersei would immediately have said, fuck it, let's join together. You know, like you said, she got freaked out by the Walker, but then, you know, her being, I'm not gonna be upstaged by, you know, the silver-haired bitch, you know, because she said it first, right? She was supposed to be if anything goes wrong, she was supposed to be the first one to be cut down by the mountain guy.
Right.
So I don't know, like with the conversation she has with Jamie later, like saying, "Oh, you're an idiot. You're the stupidest of the Lannisters and stuff like that." Because I mean, it was just like crazy. It's like she's just so full of rage, so full of herself that she's not seeing the big picture, and she justifies saying that they're gonna go and kill each other off, blah blah blah, and then we'll come in to clean up. But how's she gonna clean up? Because all those dead people. I mean, she's basically gonna have to face dragons that are White Walkers if they lose.
Yeah, that was great with her is that at first, and I thought Cersei or the actress Lena Headey was on point. At first, she's like, she gets super scared, like like Patrick was saying, right? At first, she's like, "Oh, I see a dragon, whatever. I'm not even gonna trip." And then that White Walker comes out, scares the crap out of her. Then she's like, "Okay, I'll help you guys." And then I'm thinking, "Oh, cool, she's gonna help." And then she's like, "But first, Jon Snow has to stay in the north." I was like, "Oh, damn it, Cersei! Yeah. Like, just freaking help him." And then everything blows up because Jon Snow is like, "No, I can't." Well, she tells Jon Snow, "Stay in the north, and me and Dany will fight it out. You can't pick a side." And Jon's like, "No, I can't do that. Because of his honor, like Ned, he already chose Dany." So everything blows up. It doesn't work. Cersei goes back, and then Tyrion goes to talk to her, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, she wants him dead. But he goes back and convinces her, and then in that meeting, you can kind of see that it changed her mind and she's going to help. Well, or so we thought, and then turns out that was just all a ploy, and she wants them, like Jesse was saying. She's like, "Let them all fight and kill each other. I don't care. We'll clean up the mess." But Lena Headey, like as Cersei, like I bought it. I totally bought that she was going to help. I don't know if you guys thought, like, I thought she was going to help after Tyrion talked to her. I thought she was going to help. Like, she totally played it off like, yeah, I'm going to help you guys. And I bought it 100%. Turns out I was a fool. What do you guys think? Like, Patrick, did you buy her performance? Like, were you convinced that she was going to help him?
I was totally convinced. She's a Lannister. She's been doing this every single episode. She's amazing. She plays Jaime. She plays Tyrion. She plays everybody. This is a constant with her. But yeah, no, I bought it. I actually thought that she was finally going to break down and help them. So yeah, she just did a good job.
Yeah. Then later she was like, with Jaime, she's like, "What are you talking about? I'm not going to help him. Like, you're so stupid." And I'm like, "Oh, damn it, I'm stupid too. I freaking bought what she was selling, and she played me. She played the audience. That's what she did."
Well, she played Jaime.
Yeah. Her own brother, she played him.
Oh man.
Yeah, but she's been playing him for all this time anyway.
Oh yeah. I'm still not convinced she's pregnant.
Me too. I was just about to say, I think that the pregnancy is a ploy.
I think so.
To control him.
Yeah. And then
control him, and then maybe push away that other guy who keeps on wanting to fuck her.
Oh, you're on.
The Navy guy.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, he did a great job too. He was like, "I'm out of here. Fuck it. I'm not fighting. You guys are tripping."
I was like, "Yep."
Yeah. I'm out of here. You guys. He's like, "Can they swim?" No.
Can they swim?
Yeah.
Nope. Later.
Yeah, I was cracking up. I thought that was funny, but at the same time, I thought that was it was in character, right? That's something he would do.
Right.
He's like, I don't care about this stuff. I'm just trying to get rich. Turns out that wasn't happening. He faked it. Him and Cersei faked it. He's actually going to Essos and pick up the Golden Company, a giant mercenary group. So, oh man, when Cersei brought out her plan at the end, I was like, oh man, she's slick, so slick. She's just like, oh yeah, no one walked for me.
Yeah. So why do you think she let Jamie walk away then?
She loves Jamie. I think she loves Jamie. She's still all about family. She has these weird loyalties. She's mean. She betrays everyone, but I think she's still loyal to her family. Somewhere, there's a little part of her that's still loyal.
Yeah, I think. Well, because really, when you think about it, she has no more use for him, right? He's a general of an army that she doesn't need that anymore because she's going to bring in the Golden Company. And if she really wants to put someone in charge of the army, she can probably put Braun. She doesn't need a naval commander because she has one in Euron. He's going to handle that stuff. So really and then she doesn't need a bodyguard because she has the mountain. What does she need him there? She doesn't need him at all for anything, really. So when he got all pissed off and was like, this is wrong, I'm going to leave, she's like, okay, go, I don't need you. And then like Patrick's saying, she does love him, so she didn't kill him. It was just a bluff, so she really wasn't going to kill him, but she doesn't need him anymore. She's like, go do whatever, I don't care. I got everything locked down. And then she actually says, she's like, you're stupid. You can't help me because you're just so dumb.
Yeah, but I think this is the exact betrayal that Jamie needed to finally be done with Cersei for good.
Yeah, he finally realized, you know what? She's in it for herself. He was trying to get her to listen to reason, and she's not going to. She's not going to do what he is suggesting no matter what. She's going to do whatever she's going to do, and that's it. So he's like, you know what? I got to go. And so he bounced out to Winterfell, which would be cool. I can't wait to see that next season when he rolls up and tells Jon and Dany, so Cersei lied. And you're not getting... She's just going to sit back there and you guys are on your own. Let's go fight some White Walkers.
Now, real quick, what did you guys think of Dany's entrance on the dragon?
Oh, I mean, that's how you do it, right? You just roll up on a giant dragon.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, is that really diplomatic? You're coming to ask for the help of your enemy, and you kind of almost have to be a little bit more humble. Here she comes in showing off her powers and being like, again, it's kind of like the current situation. They're just pissing contests, you know? It's like, my dick's bigger than yours. I have 2 dragons here. And obviously she also gave the telltale to Cersei. There's no 3 dragons.
Right.
Where's the 3rd dragon?
Right.
Obviously. So she gave up military information. She comes in all cocky. When you're supposed to be coming here asking for help or some kind of peaceful resolution, she should have came in with the other leaders as well, with Jon and everything, because then she comes in looking like, oh, I'm better than any of these people. So instead of coming in as an equal, and whether she is or not, where you're coming into another a neutral environment to ask for assistance, you know, you try to be as humble as possible. So to me, I like I said, I haven't seen all of the seasons, but to me, it seems like she's just being too, I don't know, she's a mini Cersei, you know, she's stuck up. I mean, I remember the first episode that I saw in season 1, of season 7, where she gets announced, and it's all these fucking titles, and then he's like, this is, you know, blah blah blah, Snow, whatever his name is, but she had to come up with all these titles, you know. So it's like, I don't know, like to me it's like she's being conceited and stuff. So maybe it's just me. Like I said, I haven't seen any of the other seasons. So
no, I think I agree with that. I think that it was a show of force and power, but I also think that she was afraid. I think she was afraid that Cersei wanted to kill her, so she wanted to come on the dragon to make sure that nothing would happen to her. I think that was part of it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but the mountain man could have just walked 2 steps and sliced her. The dragon would have been still freaking 50 feet in the air, and the job would have been done. Or, you know, with it being in Cersei's area, there could have been, you know, somebody with an arrow and killed her. So no matter what, she was in danger once she got off the dragon. So I said, even the dragon was just kind of overkill, because the dragons just flew away. You know, after it dropped her off, boom, they flew away 100 feet in the air. And, you know, what good is it to you there in the ground? I mean, they could have got poisoned for all you know after that. He's like, oh, everyone here, let's take a drink. And then, you know, how's the dragon help, you know?
That's true. Could have just been for the audience because it's kind of cool to see the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's to show force, and then like in the previous episode, Tyrion warned her or gave her advice that if you go to King's Landing, you got to bring everything just in case, you know. So I think that's what happened there. It's more of an insurance type thing, and puts some doubt in Cersei's mind in case she tries, you know, she doesn't go with the plan, and instead just capture all of them and kill them. Like you have to bring something in to give her second thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, even not including the dragons, she had the Unsullied and the Dothraki right outside too. So it was like, you know, if she did try something, the dragons weren't there in time, then just her armies would just come in and just wreck everything. Because there's no way they could beat those guys. So yeah, I think it was a little bit. I think it was a little bit of both. Like, yeah, it was intimidation, showing she's the queen of dragons and all that stuff. But then it was also, like Pat was saying, it was also being super, super careful. Like, I'm gonna bring everything, and that way Cersei does. If she is gonna try something, she'll think twice. So then, yeah. So after we saw all that. So they have their meetings. We see Cersei at first, you know, walks away. Tyrion walks in and has a meeting with her one-on-one, is able to convince her to help. She comes back out. They lay down terms. She's gonna help. She's gonna help Jon and Dany. She's gonna send her armies, and they're gonna fight the White Walkers. And everyone's all happy. And then after that, I think we went to the Arya and Sansa stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we've been seeing the last couple episodes. We've been seeing Arya really pushing and hounding Sansa, like really getting on her case about being with Littlefinger and how she's the Lady of Winterfell now, and that's how she really wanted. And she's glad that Jon's gone because now she's in charge. Blah blah blah. She's wanted this her whole life. She doesn't trust her. It was like really kind of overkill, right? Like she was really all in her face, and Sansa wasn't doing anything. She's like, what am I doing wrong? And she's not doing anything wrong. Turns out that they've been playing Littlefinger the whole time. They were putting on a show because Littlefinger sees everything, he hears everything. So by having them arguing with each other, it gave him false hope that he was splitting them apart, and they totally call him out on it. And were you guys surprised by this? Like, did you guys see that come in, that they were actually working with each other, or did you think there was really problems going on?
I thought there were problems. I did think there were problems. And then it did surprise me when she said Baelish's name instead of Arya.
Okay.
When Sansa said that. Yeah, I think this is the perfect way for Lord Baelish to die. He finally got out-manipulated. You know, he was played by both Arya and Sansa, and then he dies by begging and crying in front of her.
Right. Like he showed his true self, right? He's not a fighter. He's not a tough guy. When it all breaks down, he just drops and starts crying.
Show some backbone, man. At least try to run. Do something, man. Don't just get your throat cut. Everybody for 60 episodes, and you go out like that? Oh man.
So when the guy from the Vale wouldn't escort him out, he should have just ran away.
Yeah, right there. Just took off. I mean, Arya would have caught him and killed him anyway, but still.
Right.
You see, what he's stupid isn't he the guy who was running all the brothels?
In the beginning, yeah, he was. When the show first starts, that's what he does.
And so why didn't he have trained brothels or strippers and hookers? And then that way he could have had a protective detail of those girls, and then he could have been marked out. I mean, Sansa would have been slowly killing them, but he could have ran.
Well, see, that's the thing. All those dudes there, they were all his soldiers. Those are all his guys.
Is he supposedly the Lord of the Vale?
He was the Lord of the Vale. Yeah, well, Liege Lord. The actual Lord's a little kid, so he's running things while the kid's young. But yeah, those are all his guys. And they were just like, Nope. They all know who he is. That's the thing. They all know who Littlefinger is. So once all this stuff came out, they were probably glad. They're like, cool, get this guy out of here.
And you know what? I texted you and I told you, I called it. Like before when she was going through the whole speech, I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, the people there in the meetup were like, what are you talking about? It's like, she's talking shit about him. No, there was just a feeling that even though the sisters were fighting, they still had love for each other. There was a Sansa. She's the younger one, right? She's the Sansa one.
No, she's the redhead.
Okay, so the other one, Arya, right?
Yes.
Even though she's like a killer, she's doing it all for honor and family and all this shit. So to me, I didn't see her at any point hurting her sister. if anything, she might kick her ass and try to, hey, you're fucking up, but I didn't see her actually killing her. So that's why I was like, no, this is bullshit. I don't see this going this far. And mostly with the Third Eye Raven right there, he would have kind of said something. He was like, obviously seeing, supposedly he sees the future and all this other crap. So he was just too calm. And I would have thought he would have been a little bit more agitated that she was going to take this position against her own sister. So that's why I kind of thought, somebody else is going to get the hatchet, and then they focused on him, and I'm like, yep.
What tipped it up? What tipped it off for me was in the last episode, Sansa found Arya's faces when she found that satchel with the faces, right? And Arya's like, "Oh, I'm a faceless man," blah blah blah. I was like, "Okay, something's up." There's no way Arya just leaves those lying around, right? Just for anyone to go in the room and find them. So when Sansa did that and pulled out the bag with the faces, I was like, "Okay, this is a show. They're playing Littlefinger. They want him to think that Sansa's freaked out about what Arya is and stuff." So yeah, same thing when that once that trial began, I was like, this is where they do it. This is where they call out Littlefinger. Sure enough, that's what they did, and he's probably been the guy that everyone wants to see dead for a long time. So that was everyone was like, yes, when they finally got him, and it was a good way to go out, right? Arya freaking just slits his throat.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a question for you guys. Hey, if Bran can see everything, why don't they just put Bran in a room and start asking him questions? Who's going to win the war? Where are the walkers right now? Who is Jon Snow? What's up with Littlefinger? He could have solved all these problems if he can see everything.
I was thinking the same thing. Why don't they utilize them? And mostly with like the whole White Walker thing. Obviously, he would have seen something such a big event. I mean, just the destruction of the fucking wall. How does this kid then go? Can we hurry this trial up and start defending our fucking islands, or tell John that the White Walkers have broken the wall?
I think he's not. I think he's not in full control of his powers, because you saw at the end there when he's talking to Sam, he was wrong about John. He was like, "Oh, he's a bastard. He was born over here, which means his name is Jon Sand." And then Sam was like, "No, I read this book. I read that that Lyanna and Rhaegar were married." And then he's like, "Can you look into it?" And then he looked into it and then saw it. You see what I mean? So I think he still has to, he can't see everything at once yet. He has to focus. So if he's not paying attention in a certain spot, he's not going to see it yet. And I think that's because he's not ready. That's what the big thing about him being that's why he's all weird now and stuff, is because he wasn't ready. His training wasn't ready yet. So that's why he's not like the Three-Eyed Raven, where the Three-Eyed Raven is like a normal dude. You can see everything, but that's why Bran is like in shock still. He's like, all this info hit him, and now he's like a robot. It looks like he's still not quite there. He still has to focus in on things. And so he knows like the White Walkers are coming, but he wasn't paying attention. And oh shit, now they're at the wall. The stuff with Jon Snow, he knew half of it, but he didn't know all of it. So I think he's still learning, and that's what I got from it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he can see the future, right? Because he told Sam that he can see the past and what's happening now. Yeah. And the part where he didn't know about Jon Snow, it's because like in the last season when they showed that scene, like she whispered something in Ned's ear, but he didn't get close enough to listen until Sam mentioned it. Then he kind of got closer to hear what she was saying. So it's still like, I think the way it works is like he's standing there, but he still he doesn't collect all the information unless he kind of gets a little bit closer or looks more closely. So it's whatever he sees like from the position that he was standing at. And I think that's why he missed that information. Yeah, and it's probably something like he probably did. If it's probably something there, but he doesn't know to look into it. Like, oh, that's just people talking. You know what I mean? And then they're like, no, right. Look into it. Then he look, oh shit, and he gets closer and is like, oh, I see what it is now. So like that was probably something that happened, and he didn't even register that that's something important. And he needs to focus on it. That's kind of what I saw. But no, Patrick, I was saying the same too. I was getting frustrated all year because I was really looking forward to Bran getting to Winterfell. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, when he got there at the end of last season, I'm like, oh, Bran's there. He's gonna start or actually, no, it was the beginning of this season. I was like, he was just gonna start telling everybody everything and about everything about Jon and what's going on, and it's gonna be sick. And he didn't do anything for like the whole season. Useless. Yeah. I'm like, what's he doing? Why
he has important info. And the whole thing with Arya and Sansa, I was like, Bran, do something. Turns out that he did do something. They had this big plot going on. Probably from like the first time they got together when they were at the tree. They probably planned it all out since then, most likely, and just started playing Littlefinger. But other than that, he really wasn't doing a whole lot. Like, he has a lot of really important information that people need to know, and he's not doing anything. So I was getting frustrated too this season with Bran's storyline. You know, he tells that thing to Sam about Jon, and I'm like, couldn't he have told other people? Like, couldn't he have told Sansa, like, hey, you guys know that Jon's actually Targaryen? Like, people should know that. Like, that's pretty important. But he was just like, no, I'm gonna wait for Jon to get back, and I'll tell him only. Oh no, wait, Sam's here. I'll tell him. Like, I thought that was weird.
Yeah, sometimes his character doesn't make sense to me. He goes through all these trials and tribulations for nothing almost, and he gives them the information late. You know, it's pretty convenient when he gives the information for the show. But like Ryan said, he has to focus, right?
Yeah.
You got to focus on things. But that's what I don't understand. If they took him aside and they just asked him specific questions, then he could focus, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he had to do. So maybe they should say, they should ask, where is Jon Snow now? Or who is Daenerys? Or is Cersei really going to help us? Maybe they can just ask him that so he can focus and give them true answers.
Yeah.
But since he's with them, maybe that'll happen later.
You remember the part where like Sam walks in and he's like, "Oh, you've heard," and then like he just shows him the note from the Raven. So I don't know if that was a joke on him like still needing to get information from ravens or not, but I thought that was kind of weird. Unless I was.
Yeah, no, it might be, but also weren't the ravens at the wall? So Bran should know that too, right?
Yeah, he had to have seen that. He had to have seen what happened.
Shot an opening where he sent a bunch of ravens, and they were like supposedly like a mile away from that wall.
Maybe the Wi-Fi got disconnected.
the Raven Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The Raven Wi-Fi was disconnected.
He's like, oh, we're in a dead zone here. So we had that scene with Arya and Sansa. They killed Littlefinger. Finally, everyone was happy that he was dead. And then we got that Theon scene about going after his sister, and you know he tells Jon, Theon and Jon talk it out for the first time in a while, and you know Jon forgives him, not for everything. He doesn't say what, but he forgives him for what he did, and he tells Theon, go get your sister, pretty much. So Theon goes to his guys and he tells them, hey, we have to go get Yara, and they're like, fuck off, like, you guys are tripping. We saw those things, they don't swim. We're going back home. And Theon has to step up and prove that he's a man. He fights that dude. And then his secret weapon was that he doesn't have any balls.
That's proving that he's a man, right?
Yeah. The dude's beating the piss out of him. Then he tries kneeing him in the balls and nothing happens. And then Theon gets his power and he beats the crap out of him. So that was funny. I thought that was funny. I was like, what?
It is a funny scene.
Yeah.
But who can blame Theon? Dude, if that happened to me, if that happened to Jon Snow himself, what happened to Theon, it wouldn't be Jon Snow anymore. Who could take this?
Right.
He could take this. I love the way he's playing. He's got like post-traumatic stress syndrome for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, for sure. So he beats the crap out of that guy, and then his men are like, cool, you really are Ironborn, and then they looks like they're gonna sail off and get Yara, and that was it. That was only a quick 5 to 10 minutes on Theon, and that's it.
Yeah, I actually thought that was the weakest scene of the whole episode.
Yeah, kind of didn't need to be in there, right?
It needed to be in there, but it didn't make sense to me that he beats up one guy, and all of a sudden, after everything that he's done, all of a sudden they follow him because he beats up one guy. And who was that guy?
I think it was just a lieutenant, I guess.
He's like a nobody, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't think it had anything to do with him beating him. I think it was the fact that he kept on getting up, and he was doing it to go ahead and save his sister. So I think that if anything, it was more of loyalty towards her than to him. Like, okay, we're going to follow him because he's going to go ahead and get our queen or whatever, and he's not going to give up. Because he kept on getting up. He was getting his ass whipped. And even you could see in the face of the general who's beating the shit out of him. He's like, don't get up no more. Like, just stay down kind of thing. And obviously, like you guys said, he took advantage of being cockless and said, okay. And that's actually, we were having a discussion there. Where at the thing, they were saying, oh, he doesn't even have a cock. He's going to get his ass beat, blah, blah, blah. And there were girls who were like, oh, I wonder if he even has balls. Maybe he'll get testosterone and fucking raise up. And when he got hit the balls and there was no reaction, we're like, Nope, no balls. Even if they would have barely brushed him, he would have been on the knees. So yeah, no. I think if anything, it was more of a loyalty thing towards her. And like I said, I haven't seen any other seasons, but you can see it there that they were like the guy. He was going back, and one of the soldiers picked him up, like held him, and said, it was kind of like more like, okay, we respect you because you stood up to whoever the alpha male was there, and you're gonna do it to save your sister, which is our queen and whatever. I think that's what I got from that scene.
So after that scene, is that when it went to the boat stuff? Is that when it went to is that when it went to John and Danny on the boat, and then Sam and Bran talking? Was that the following scene?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So, or it might have been the Cersei scene, but we talked about that already anyway, betraying them and stuff. So we got to that scene, and everyone, the fans know, we all know who John is now. We all know that he's actually Aegon Targaryen, Prince Rhaegar's son. He's actually the next in line for the Iron Throne. If you go off the Targaryen rule and stuff. As Sam and Bran are talking about this, you see John go to Dany's chambers, and I'm like, no, don't do it. No, don't do it. She lets him in, and then they start boning on the ship, and it's like, ugh. And at the same time, they see that Bran and Sam put 2 and 2 together, that he's actually Targaryen, and that's his aunt, and then they're going incest all the way on on the boat. And I was like, no, this is so gross. But they don't know yet. Tyrion was kind of weird, right? He's all watching him and stuff, and I'm still not sure what Tyrion was doing. I think Tyrion was just like, oh, fucking kids, like we have important things to do here, and you guys are screwing around. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you think he knows? He just not saying anything?
No. He would have said something a long time ago if he knew. Like he would have told, like, because he knows he knows that Danny's claim isn't very good, and it's actually John. So he would have done something about it. Like he pretty much would be like, no, your whole campaign is false, type thing.
Maybe he's been planning this, getting them together, thinking that I think it was even brought up. If they have a union, it's a stronger army. If they were to hook up, and I kind of knew that something was going to happen between the two of them once they started talking about her not being able to have kids, or maybe we were talking about that in the meetup group.
They were talking about it.
Okay. So, if anything, I think that they're gonna hook up. She's gonna get pregnant, and they're gonna have an heir. But I'm thinking the little dwarf guy, Tyrion. I think he's kind of manipulating that hookup. I think that's the reason why he was there. Not to be a perv or whatever, but I think it was like, okay, my plan's working out, I don't know for what purpose, but I don't know what he gains from it. But to me, it seems like that he has some little hand in making this little love connection.
Right, but the Targaryens, their whole family is based off of incest, right? To keep their bloodlines pure.
Yeah, and that's why you had the Mad King. That's why he was the Mad King. He was product of incest, so he went insane. And Joffrey's not a Targaryen, but that's why he was insane. And then also Viserys, Dany's brother from season 1. That's why he was crazy, is because they're all products of incest.
Yep. It's a common theme of the show. It's like incest is best.
Yeah, the only thing that what it does is I don't know if you guys watched the post episode commentary by the showrunners, but him being Targaryen it's going to complicate things a lot, because now the whole time she's been like, I'm the rightful heir, and then nope, Jon is. So everything she's been telling everyone is wrong. Now it's going to be like, well, is Jon going to be like, okay, well, I guess I'm next, or is he going to be like, I don't want it? But they're going to be like, no, it doesn't matter, you don't want it, you're the king, or you should be next. And so it's going to create a lot of conflict now. Who's actually supposed to rule? Even if he doesn't want it, people are going to want him to do it, and other people are going to want Daenerys to do it because they've been following her and they all see what she can do. So it's going to cause a lot of drama and a lot of conflict for next season between the two.
Right, but at the same time, he already bended his knee towards her, right? And he's bid his loyalty towards her.
Right, but that's without him knowing, without anyone knowing that he's actually because she's not a queen, right? The real actual queen is Cersei. So right. She's just saying, I'm a queen because I say so. There's nothing legit there. And so he like, well, I bended my knee to someone who's not in charge when really I should be in charge once we get Cersei out of there. So yeah, he bent the knee, but that's more of an honor thing. It's not real. There's no real legitimate authority there. Because she's all about, I'm going to take the Iron Throne, I'm going to take it, and then I'll be queen. So it's kind of like, it doesn't matter. It's kind of a show of, it's a show of fealty, but more in like, I'm trying to think of the word. Like more in the future, like, okay, when you become queen, we're good type thing. But as of right now, it's not legit.
It's an alliance. That's all he has given her is given her an alliance.
Yeah.
For now, and like you said, you know what though? I mean, besides the boning part, it looks like they're kind of getting having a good relationship. They're understanding each other. Their past, they had some weird past with the Mad King and all that stuff from what I could tell earlier in the season. But to me, it seems like they are building a relationship where hopefully that they can go ahead and co-rule. And obviously with him supposed to being the king of the north and her being of that little island, then they can go ahead and have a much bigger area, a much larger army, and then they can take it over from Cersei. They would be a powerful force together. And I think that's what Cersei fears the most of them, because he has the loyalty of his people. She does as well, but she also has the dragons. So I think that's the reason why the little dwarf guy is on her side, because he's betting on her to beat his sister and taking over as ruling the Seven Kingdoms or whatever it's fucking called. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, you're gonna find out he fucking gets her pregnant, and it's all gonna have one big happy family. Once they find the house. Because, I mean, are they really going to spend next season? Because isn't supposed to be next season like the last season? Are they going to really spend the next season with these two people fighting? Mostly when they're going to be also having to fight the Night Walkers and, whatever the fucking dead people, the zombies are and stuff. That's going to be the last thing in their mind. That's going to have to be something that's going to be put on hold while they're, trying to survive. Mostly when the Great Wall is fucking falling down. Isn't that supposed to be like a big shit? Because that wall is like magical and for like eons and shit.
Yeah, so that was the next big scene, was that we saw the White Walkers make it to the wall, and they all, like thousands and hundreds of thousands, walk up to the wall and they stop. And then the best scene of the show is when the Night King comes riding up on Viserion. He turned him into an ice dragon. I didn't see this coming at all. I was like, I actually didn't think we were going to see the dragon until next season. I thought that was it. The wall's there, and he freaking just burns it to the ground. The wall had been standing for like 8,000 years or something like that, and he just burns it to the ground. It comes down. All the zombies and the giants, everyone just comes walking in, no problems. And the show did a really good job of showing how big the army is. Like, it was just thousands and thousands, just not even, you couldn't see the end of it, just going in. They're coming. They're heading towards they're heading south. I don't think Winterfell's the first house that's there, the first castle. I think there's other houses up there that it'll hit first, but still, they're coming. They're going to be there way sooner than anyone thought. And that's how the show ended. The Night King flying on freaking Viserion with his whole army coming. And pretty much it's over now. The wall's down. That's it. The war is on. So, sucks. We got to wait 2 years, maybe. But that was a great way to end it. Like, I didn't see it coming. I was super excited. What about you guys?
Oh, I love that scene too. I was really excited about it too. I also noticed that the walkers, they had no emotions at all. It wasn't like, whoa, let's tear this place down. They just stopped. They waited for the dragon to do his bit, and then they continued marching on.
Yeah, that's cool. They just stood there and just like they were just waiting, huh? Just wait. Okay, wall's gone. Let's go. And they just walked down.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just business, pure business.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of joking, like, with friends and stuff about, oh, we're gonna see the Night King on the dragon next season. It's gonna be sick. But like, kind of just half joking. And no, we saw it this season, so I was like, oh shit, here he comes. And it's gonna be nuts. The next season is gonna be 5 or 6 episodes. I keep seeing both online. I keep seeing it's gonna be 5 or 6. And man, hopefully that most of it is just gonna be them versus the White Walkers and fighting dragons, and him flying on his dragon, fighting Dany flying on hers, and then I'm gonna guess Jon's gonna be on the other one, and then they're gonna have the Whites fighting, and hopefully the Wolves come back. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, that would be.
So, correct me they were wrong. They were telling me that if you kill the person who made the zombies, the whole crew dies.
Yeah.
So if you kill Jenner, so then really they only have to worry about focusing on the top guy who made them.
Yeah. So if you kill one of the White Walkers, whoever that one White Walker, let's say he brought back 50, they would all die. And then that guy, the Night King, he brought back everybody. So in theory, if you killed him, you kill the whole army. The thing is that's easier said than done, right? He has 100,000 soldiers you have to get past to get to him.
And a dragon.
And a dragon now. So yeah. In theory, killing him would kill everything.
I'm sorry, was this dragon spouting out ice, or was he spouting out like blue plasma fire? Because aren't the regular dragons spouting out like a red fire, where this one was like a blue something?
Yeah, it looked like blue fire.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was blue fire too.
Brian, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we haven't even seen the Night King like in action, right? He's always been sitting on top of his horse, commanding from the top, so he could be a badass like fighter too. So
No, that's a good point. We haven't. We don't know. We say, oh, just kill him, but it's like but we don't know how powerful he is. Really, like.
Didn't he throw the javelin to kill the dragon?
Yeah, he killed it like a mile in the air and killed it. So we know he's powerful. So it's like, oh, let's go after that guy, and he can just probably wipe away everybody with stuff we've never seen before. We don't know yet.
His javelin throw was reminiscent of Achilles in Troy.
Oh, like the impossible throw, they said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I want to see, and I was talking about this with my roommate, was we haven't seen the Mountain do anything yet either, right? He's always just standing there. And he threatens people and doesn't do it, but one guy challenged him in a couple of seasons ago and he just killed him really fast, but we haven't seen him in full force yet. So I'm kind of hoping that like the White Walkers get to the King's Landing just so I can see the Mountain just go nuts and just kill like hundreds of whites and go, fight a White Walker straight up, stuff like that. And I was also thinking too, I'm like, the White Walkers, when they kill you, right, and they bring you back from the dead, he's already dead. So what would happen if they did it to him? Like, would they take control of him, or would nothing happen? Like a weird double negative thing. So that'd be cool. That's what I want to see. I want to see the White, I want to see Cersei just tell him, just go, and he goes and just goes on a rampage like the Hulk. He's like the Hulk, and he's just ripping everyone apart. That's what I want to see next season.
That would be cool.
I want to place bets. I think the Hound is going to be the one that kills the king.
The king?
The Walker King. Ice King, whatever his fucking name is.
You're taking the long bets? You're betting on Conor McGregor?
Yep. There's something about him. It's going to be him. He's going to go and be the one that brings him down.
I did like that scene where he confronts his brother, and he doesn't care that he's some undead thing. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Like, I'm coming.
I didn't even know the situation too. And it's like, wait, that's his brother.
Yeah.
But for him to have the balls, and I mean, obviously it's his brother, so he's gonna have a little bit more balls against his brother. But this big, huge guy, I was like, holy shit, he's a mini giant. He's not a full giant, but he's a mini giant.
Yeah.
And so you said it right now. I didn't know he was dead. I thought, he did, like, behind his mask, he did have a little Darth Vader-ish look, like with a dead look and stuff, the white pale look. But I didn't think he was dead. So it's like, fuck, even worse.
Yeah, he was killed in season 3. He was poisoned in a fight, and when he was dying, the Qyburn took his body and was able to revive him. So now he's basically a Frankenstein monster for Cersei. That's why he'll do anything she asks, because he's just a monster now.
Hey, do the White Walkers, do those skeletons, do they continue to decay and to deteriorate, or no? They stop. The reason why I'm asking is, did you notice all the holes in the wings of the dragon?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's going to affect his flight later on.
I mean, in theory, yeah, you would think so, but I don't think the show is really going to care about stuff like that. Like we were talking about at work, right? Remember, Ray was saying, if you fight the Mountain, you just cut ligaments and he can't do anything. And it's like, I don't think the show doesn't give a shit about real stuff like that. Like, you have the zombies walking around.
It's fantasy.
Yeah, you see zombies walking around. The zombies walking around with no muscles, no ligaments. That doesn't work here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So if he goes flying around with no wings, like, fine. I don't care. That's not a big deal. It's all magic, dude. It's just magic.
The next thing you're going to say is like, well, how does he go ahead and come with a flame? Because he just lost his stomach when he was flying over, or whatever creates the flame. Like, you just see a flame dropping. Like, how does he do the flame? It's fucking fantasy.
I was thinking that. I just didn't get to it yet.
Yeah, no, that was a great episode. I thought it was a great way to see everyone interact with each other for the first time in years and years. A lot of cool interactions there. They're able to make a truce. Oh, no, just kidding. You got backstabbed by Cersei. The stuff with the big reveal with Jon and him and Dany hooking up. A lot of stuff. And then that big final scene at the end with the dragon burning down the wall. It was a great way to finish off this, not the episode, not only the episode, but also the whole season. It was like that was what everyone's been afraid of, and it happened. So, yeah, it sets up next year or next season. We don't know if it's going to be next year or not. It's still up in the air. I'm hoping that's for next season, but highly doubtful, I think. I think they said they're not going to start filming till October. The cast, who was it? Jamie. Jamie said that they haven't even got the scripts yet. So to say, to hope that it's for next season, I don't think so. They're already saying that every episode is going to be like 90 minutes. So I don't think it's coming next season. I think we're going to have to wait 2 years, which sucks.
Yeah, that's too bad. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch Game of Thrones anyway. I'm gonna watch all 60 episodes, something like that.
Yeah, it's about 60 episodes. Jesse can watch the whole show and get caught up in 2 years.
I did it with
Breaking Bad.
I can't think of the name. Yeah, Breaking Bad and just Better Call Saul. So
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have Westworld back next year, so that'll keep us entertained for a while.
I think we'll be entertained with Punisher coming up and a bunch of other stuff. Hopefully, Inhumans is actually good.
Oh, I don't know. I hope so, but man, have you guys been seeing you guys been seeing the reviews on that one yet?
I haven't.
Yeah, so far it looks really bad. I mean,
Yeah,
me and Jesse. I mean, we saw the Comic-Con, we saw the footage, and but neither of us were impressed by it. It was just like, oh, okay, I don't know about this. So,
well, Punisher's coming out too, right?
Yeah, they dropped the trailer after Defenders last week, so they're not saying when. I remember hearing a while ago that they were shooting for November, and that's probably what's going to happen, somewhere around there.
But they're playing around. They're doing some marketing stuff. I sent this to John earlier today, and their official Twitter is sending out like SOS codes.
Morse code.
And, Morse code. And at first, it's the first one that came out said 3 a.m. So people were speculating that they were going to drop another trailer at 3 a.m. tomorrow. But then they kept on going with the Morse codes. And so what they were doing is they were releasing all the official titles of the episodes.
Yeah, all the episode names in Morse code. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a bit because it got people involved. It was like, oh shit, and then people obviously who knew Morse code started decoding them and making it, like a trending item. So I think that was smart on their end, mostly because it goes with his character, the military background and all that stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to see that. Like I first saw Defenders before John did, and I was like, John, you gotta wait to see the end credits on the last episode. I didn't expect it. I was gonna turn off the TV when I was like, holy shit, what is this? How to rewind it to make sure to see the whole trailer.